Good afternoon. It is October 27, 2025, and it's a Monday. We are in the 6 p.m. hour, and settlement is 6907 and a half. This is unhealthy at this point. I was looking at this low here at 6865 and three quarters. I wanted to see that ran before I wanted to go higher, and right now they just didn't. So what they did was they essentially did right at 9:30, essentially the session low and higher. I wanted to see them get that and then hold, but that's not what they gave. So, blah. But this is really unhealthy. We do not have added daily volume on ES. We do have it on SPX, so that's a signal up. So week low could be your position. Not added, not added on the Awanda contract. Not added on the continuous futures. Not added on the futures, and then not added on SPY. So that's two gap up days in a row. And UNC is Wednesday. So we're doing this entire move on half of the data that we need. Essentially, we still need jobs data. We still do not have jobs data. We still do not have that. So what is this supposed to be? The I think the fear and greed index is still in fear territory. So yeah, a position at the week's low to then go higher. That's the best that we could look for. And obviously, if we go to the actual contract, if we completely invert this new week opening gap, then we might have, the two levels that we've been looking at since this move, since like around here. Um, this is tough. This is really tough because, again, new week opening, the week's low and the midpoint of the new week opening gap at best to continue up. But this is just really unhealthy. This is really unhealthy. Uh, I'm trying my best to stay bullish, and I am gonna stay bullish, but this just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But we will keep trading as if it makes sense. So again, this week low is where we want to tag and hold at best, and nothing else afterwards. Um, really tough to really tough to call. Really tough to call. We're at 114 on Bitcoin. It looks like we did this Sunday, so that's pretty good. We were looking for this level to be inverted, and we're still going to be looking for that. Sunday did have added daily volume, so this is going to print essentially a fair value gap here. So at best, what you could probably do is 113,401, a little position there to scale you up upward, and then we would have to invert this fair value gap, this big fair value gap here that took someone's life. God rest their soul. But yeah, this is unhealthy, and we have UNC on Wednesday, and I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't cut and paused strictly because we do not have jobs data. And the inflation data was essentially nothing to write home about. It was like an incremental raise or cut. I can't remember which either way it incrementally raised or cut, but it was pretty much nothing. So we have to see if we're going to invert that gap. We have to see if we're going to invert that gap. Essentially, the trades I took today were at best one micro trades to try and see if we would actually hit this. I had a buy limit sitting here, and I was trying to sell into that buy limit, but obviously this low here was what they wanted. They never came down to this 4 a.m. low. So that means that no one major really entered the market today. It was essentially just programmed to keep going up. Yeah, they took this high. That was like the first trade I took, and I didn't take off because obviously my stop loss, my stop loss, my take profit was all the way down there. Let me pull it up. It would take some time. It would take some time. It takes a little time, and I just saw a notification that it's a little pressing. So now I kind of can't really do that right now. But yeah, this low is essentially what we want. And at best, let's take REIT now. Discount would be 6891. Want to see them tag that at best. The 1 p.m. low is under discount, so you could just call this your discount. That would be the best place to put something intraday, and the second best would be down here. You don't really want to trade this long term in terms of cash. Like, I know I'm calling these out, but we still have UNC to get through by Friday. And then just to reiterate, just to add some more context, I sold here, then take off, and then I was trying to sell through here, and should have just waited until 130 because it was a blind 130 buy for 80 until what's settlement? Ooh, settlement isn't really 80, but you could have put a take profit at 80 and that would have been good. Hard to trade this cash with UNC on Wednesday, so just wait it out until UNC, and then at best just the two levels that we called out, essentially 6887 and 3/4 and 6865 and 3/4. So that's what you're gonna look at for this week, and wait until after Wednesday, and hopefully the shutdown stops and we could actually get some jobs data. But yeah, those two levels for the most part. Want to see if they want to invert and week up in gap, and we'll see. All right, you have a blessed day.